There was the guy that asked, it's scrolled too far now. The guy's had it up on my prompter here about the NFL game in Winnipeg. He wanted our thoughts. Alan Sharamata says, what do you guys think about the NFL preseason game in Winnipeg instead of Regina? I think we've talked about it, not only on this show, but other shows, and certainly my blog, rodpedersen.com, my thoughts. It's going to Winnipeg. I've moved on. I don't like it. I don't like how this happened. There are other entities covering it, and I don't know. I can't even go to the game because I'm going to be in Moncton at the Touchdown Atlantic anyway, so it's not going to matter. I just don't like how it all went down. News conference today, actually coming up in 10 minutes in Winnipeg with the Raiders and the Packers announcing this game in Winnipeg. Bombers stand to make a lot of money. Winnipeg stands to make a lot of money. We in Regina don't. And as a Regina business owner of Famoso Pizzeria restaurant downtown, great spot, right, guys? I've had you both in there.
Yep.
It's going to be money out of our pocket. A lot of restaurant owners, a lot of hotel owners upset. So that's where I stand. I'm just upset that it is not here. And it depends who you want to talk to and who you want to believe why it's not here. I have my thoughts. I'll just say I'm disappointed. Like, I'm ready to move on. However, a lot of people here are not ready to move on. And we have not heard the last of it. And I was up in Zennon Park speaking with Chris Knuckles Nyland and Don Koharski in March.
Oh, nice.
And they're on the stage. I got a guy on each side of me. We're taking questions from the crowd. 3 times in Zennon Park, questions came out of the crowd. Why is this game not in Regina? What do you think about the NFL game not being in Regina? I'm like, what do you want me to say, guys? People are not happy that we don't have the opportunity to see an NFL preseason game in Mosaic Stadium. I thought that's why we built the place, was to have events like this. But I don't need to answer for it. Somebody's going to.
We got scared.
Eventually.
We couldn't figure we could put it
I guess without wanting to say my thoughts, those are my thoughts. Okay, Frenzy, you go.
I don't think we figured we could put it on. We couldn't handle it. Yeah, it's close to one of our scheduled games. We could have put that game back 4 or 5 days or another week back. They wanted to come here badly. We didn't want them, and I don't know why. We were afraid to handle it, couldn't handle it. I don't know. I agree with everything you said.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, I moved on. There's business decisions. I mean, would you want someone doing a Todd Pedersen show, but 10 to 12 on Facebook? I get the
competition factor. Well, let's just say what it is. But the Riders didn't want the competition.
Say what it is. Say what it is. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I know enough about business to know that it's none of our business to know how someone else runs another business.
Hey, but
it's just another. But
I got you something. Isn't it rather odd that the NFL would come up here and want to do that?
No, it's flattering to Rider Nation that's how strong we were. But what drives me nuts is that I'm a businessman. I'm all for building stuff and creating jobs and all that kind of stuff. And I am, period. It drives me crazy driving by that thing every day. And there's nobody in it. It's not being used.
I know what you mean.
It's sitting there.
I know
empty.
what you mean.
And I mean, rent it out to. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I should rent it out for my kid's soccer team for $20. At least they'd be an hour. Maybe they'd at least make $20. And I'd be helping in some sort of way. It sits there, and I'm exaggerating. It just sits there empty, and it would be an opportunity to fill a day and bring in a couple $1 million because. I mean, being from Toronto and knowing all the Sky Dome and the Big O and the experience of big, expensive stadiums and just the nightmare they become in 20 years, if the Raiders brought in a couple $1 million, I mean, that's a couple $1 million that my kids don't have to worry about down the road. We'll all be gone by then, but hey,
I know. Built the stadium.
Put them in it.
Use it. That's the thing. Now, I heard the other day there was some talk of maybe showing games 3 or 4 or 5 of the NBA Finals in Mosaic Stadium, but it would cost $85,000 just to open the stadium and staff it and run the video board. That's what I was told. You need security. You need ushers. You can't just open the doors and do this type of thing. It's an expensive thing to run.
But it looks like they're looking for excuses to not do it. You got to admit that.
Well, they got movie theaters.
That's what I thought. They're looking for excuses to not do it.
Yeah. Well, I said
that's fair, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
And it's gone to Winnipeg. That's the unfortunate. So we all lose.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.